Welcome back to Pre-Recorded Late Night. I'm your host, Jay Frosting. This is going to be a fun interview. I've got the president of the International Vlog Committee here. Her name is Xenia Potter, and she's here to tell us all about the recent developments at the annual convention. Hi there, Xenia. Good evening.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Oh,
I
it's
very, very much appreciate it.
it's absolutely our pleasure. Pleasure? That's not a word.
That's okay. In vlogging, we can edit that out after.
Fantastic. I do the same thing. Not a lot of comedy podcasters bother to do editing, but yeah.
Shame on them. It's one of our 5 flagship rules, editing.
I heard that you just decided on some new rules for the next couple of years. Is that one of them? Is that the number one, or is that?
Yes, always edit. Never put yourself up unedited. It's highly inappropriate. And the best part about it is that you should edit yourself in different spatial arrangements. Never make it seem as though you're sitting in the same space for too long. You always want a teenager's eyes to wander. It keeps them engaged. Yes.
Interesting. So you're doing like a Grover near far thing?
Always be moving around, always be using inflection. Lighting is a huge issue. We had a horrible accident at the convention, a debate over lighting, and it just turned very ugly. Lots of people unsubscribed to a lot of people. It was
What happened? Did some lights fall over and explode?
no, it was a debate over what lighting is best, and people got lit up.
So, I guess it sounds like there were some demonstrations. No, compact fluorescent is best. Like, no, tungsten.
There's actually no human interaction. Everyone was Skyped in from different locations throughout the United States and other
Holy cow.
countries. It was wonderful, to say the least. No one saw each other's legs once. It was beautiful.
That's surprising. I always
Yeah.
thought that one of the benefits of a convention was to get together, have some, continental breakfast, maybe have a party every evening.
No, 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 not a vlogger convention. People become vloggers because they hate human contact. They
Golly.
hate the physical nature of being in the same room with another human being. Feeling the potential of someone's breath near you is terrifying to a vlogger. So we all Skype in.
Okay.
I don't know if any of them have legs. It's a mystery that I'm okay with never knowing.
Was there a room in a foreign country somewhere where there were a bunch of screens floating around? Like
Yes.
iPads on wheels?
It's at the Javits Center in New York City. It was a beautiful, beautiful convention. Computers everywhere. There was some janitorial staff, but
To replace the batteries?
yes, a low battery is such a sign of weakness.
Golly. Okay, let's get back to the list of rules. So editing first and then spatial changes.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you have to storyboard those in advance? Like here's half of a sentence. I'm going to be across the room.
You can, yes. Charlie McDonald, Charlie is so cool, like does an excellent job of using spatial awareness, as does Brittany Taylor. It's confusing to the eye and keeps the child guessing. Because let's be honest, the people that are watching these videos are children. Sound is another big issue. Some noobs opt for the sound coming through their cameras. Professionals use a microphone.
Does it matter what kind of microphone?
Not necessarily. Rode microphones seem to be the leader of the pack.
Sure, I'm using one of those right now, in fact.
Well, then we can be friends.
Talk to me about video length for a second.
Everyone knows that a child loses focus after 2.5 minutes.
Don't you have to be of a certain age even to have a YouTube account?
However, it's very easy to just make up a year that you were born in. Shocking. But time is a huge issue. It is offensive to go longer than 5 minutes to an audience. Highly, grossly offensive. Hannah Hart, My Drunk Kitchen.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan.
I'm a big fan, except for that one video that went way too long. People rioted. People rioted.
What, physically rioted?
Rioted, unsubscribed, flagged. It was pure mayhem. Pure mayhem.
That's too bad. What was she trying to cook?
No one knows. No one knows. Just a bowl of mush, and the drunker she got and the longer it went on, like 9/11. It was my 9/11.
I haven't been taking notes, so help me out here. Spatial changes, sound, length, lighting.
Yes.
I guess we're just missing one thing.
One more thing. Content. You have to be interesting.
Oh.
You have to be, yeah, this is one thing that people fail at on the internet is that You have to be self-aware as to whether you are interesting or not. And if you are not interesting, it's tough to say this, but people won't watch. It's a weird formula, but it's math, and math is always proven correctly. If you are interesting, people will watch. That's why Jesus was Jesus, because he was interesting. Do you know how many other people with a beard and a robe walked around preaching things, and they didn't get a book written about them because they weren't interesting enough?
Well, I mean, to be fair, he only had 12 subscribers. But he didn't have the benefit of, well, I guess he probably had good lighting, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. He had God on his side.
He had great lighting. Have you ever seen that one photo of him? His skin looks radiant.
I've seen some pictures. I don't know that I've seen any photos.
Oh, he's got an Instagram. It's really, really gorgeous.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I want to say thank you for listening. Thank you. Is this your first time? We've got 3 tons of these in the archive, and we make more every week. I recommend subscribing to get new shows automatically. I'm an Instacast guy myself, but you can also find us on iTunes.
Please rate and review us.
Or firecasting.com, which is a really neat directory of hand-picked quality shows, or just grab the feed address from our listen page at prerecorded.com. Or you could get notified of new shows, not to mention special materials for fans, if you connect with us on Twitter or Facebook or Google+. There are links for those on the sidebar of prerecorded.com. Or heck, just Google pre-recorded late night and click whatever looks fun. Here endeth the administrivia. Let's get back to the show.
But content is one of the biggest, most important things when it comes to vlogging. You just have to be interesting. And it's safe to say that 95% of the people in this world are plagued with the disease of being uninteresting.
Oh, and there's nothing they can do about it? Is this something you're born with or something you can learn?
It's genetic. Science is trying to work on it. It's a cancer.
Wow. Did you have any representatives from YouTube at the convention?
They all stand in a dark room, and no one actually knows who works for YouTube. They're all shadowy, mystical figures that...
Oh, wow. They were interspersed amongst the other committee members? And in secret?
They all sit in a room with bags over their heads, backlit, so you can't tell who works for who. All of their voices are distorted. It's basically like that movie Ransom.
Oh, but speaking of copyrighted material, I heard a rumor that YouTube was going to introduce a new...
I don't want to think about it. TV is the moral enemy of the internet.
Oh, how's that?
Oh, they've been enemies since the beginning of time. They're natural competitors. It's like a lion and a frog. They just are natural competitors.
Does a frog have any chance against a lion?
You tell me.
Well, I'm not familiar with all the species of frog.
Right.
I would like to think that some of them might be venomous.
Yes.
But lions sure are big.
They're huge. Lions are huge and ferocious and are constantly evolving.
Oh, are they?
Yes, all the time. Sometimes lions become robots. Didn't you know that?
No, that's news to me.
Yeah, there's a blog all about it.
Oh, what's that called?
Evolution.
Evolution, right. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yes, evolution. 4.5-minute episodes.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to keep it short.
Of course, duh.
What sort of content, if we're targeting children, people
Yes.
13 and under, what sort of content are they interested in?
Sex. They love sex. The teens and tweens of this world love any reference to boobs and dicks. They're all little horn dogs.
How do you keep that from evolving into harassment?
It's tough. It comes down to parenting, really. Like everything in this world, it just comes down to parenting.
There are probably some vlogs aimed at parents, right? To
Of course, yeah. There's a vlog all about moms. Moms are pretty popular, especially if you're an attractive-looking mom. You tend to get good views on YouTube.
What would you encourage them to talk about on their shows?
Sex.
Okay.
MILF vlog. I'm sure it exists. Got MILF? Yeah.
How often do you guys have this meeting?
We have this meeting every Friday at 4:30.
Thought it was like a yearly thing. Yeah, I didn't realize the rules change that frequently.
It's every week. The front of YouTube changes almost every day. The internet is a fickle foe. It's a two-headed mistress.
I'm not familiar with that metaphor.
It's a two-headed mistress, like my mom always said.
Okay, so let's pretend I've got a mistress. She has two heads. Are the heads identical?
One head is way more attractive than the other head.
Okay.
And they both have different opinions. And they both change their opinions all the time.
And that's YouTube?
That's YouTube.
Wouldn't it be in YouTube's interest to be supporting their users?
It would be huge into their... Well, that's one of the heads is very supportive.
Oh, right.
And one of the heads just wants sex.
Okay.
So you can imagine how that relationship goes.
Touch my left breast. Avoid my right breast. Touch my left breast.
Exactly.
Have you guys talked about how to make vlogs more accessible? Like, I don't know, getting it into people's living rooms or...
There is a way to watch it on your television. Like I said, Lion and a Frog. The lion sometimes eats the frog and watches it on its own television.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had an idea once for a sort of algorithm for combining videos, for example, YouTube and other stuff, podcasts and whatnot, and just sort of combining them into easy 30-minute chunks and then redistributing those on screens in sports bar bathrooms. Would that be successful, you think?
I used to work in a restaurant that had newspapers over the urinals, and so when you're peeing, you can read the news. Yeah. And I thought that was a smart idea, and I don't see why they can't replace those newspapers with iPads.
Yeah. Although I suppose given the spatial changes that you're recommending, a person would get distracted and forget they're in there.
And also, it might distract them enough that they urinate all over the place.
Well, that's happening anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Lord knows why.
It's a risk, though, that I think we're willing to take. If I had my way, Jay, I would have vlogs in every urinal in the United States.
But nothing for the ladies?
I would have makeup gurus in the bathroom of the ladies' room.
All right.
Also, open bar in the ladies' restroom. Why doesn't that exist in the world? That's just a side note. Neither here nor there.
No, I mean, I wouldn't be against that. I would be jealous, but I wouldn't be sad when my lady was going to the restroom because I know that she'd come back a little bit happier.
Exactly. Also, it would just be a constant cycle of drinking and peeing all in one place.
Well, it's been lovely talking with you. I hope you have another good international meeting next week.
Thank you. It's actually, the next meeting is in about an hour.
Let's talk again, I don't know, maybe 6 months from now and see how things have changed. Maybe the frog will actually have a chance against the lion.
Nope, the frog is dead.
Okay. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Hey, Grace Helbig, thanks for coming on our show and goofing around with me.
Thanks for having me, Jay. A lot of that content that was just vomited from my mouth is actually some true advice.
Yeah, that tends to happen by accident on our show. That's no problem. This is your first time on Pre-Recorded Late Night. If the audience hasn't heard of you, where can they find you doing stuff?
Oh, they can find me on the internet. I do a daily vlog called Daily Grace, youtube.com/Daily Grace, and I'm on the Twitter at Grace Helbig.
Awesome. Thank you again.
Thank you so much for having me.
We gotta get out of here, but you can find more at prerecorded.com. There's a hyphen in pre-recorded because there is. And if you like the show, don't keep it a secret.